We are live Friday. We got 11 games, lots to talk about here. So Q&A live stream. Again, throw any questions you guys have in the chat, whether it be DraftKings or PrizePicks. Can take a look at some stuff over there as well. But let's quickly just go over what we're waiting for right now. Surprisingly, not a ton of news for 11 game slate. Like you would think there'd be more questionable players. But quickly, we'll just do that. Just so you have a good idea of what we still need. And then we'll just open up to some questions. But yeah, so Portland, we are still waiting on Jeremy Grant news. Not sure who they would start if he, in fact, gets ruled out. We got nothing for the Pacers. Caruso's questionable for Chicago, but not a big deal there. For the Knicks, RJ Barrett's still out. For Toronto, we got nothing. Brooklyn, TJ Warren, but it's not a big one. I will say Larry Nance being questionable is pretty significant for JV, so we should get clarity on that. Maybe before lock, it's a 6:30 game. Nothing for Washington besides Beal is out. I have no idea who Oklahoma City's going to start in the front court, so that will be interesting. Milwaukee, we got nothing there. Detroit, Sacramento, right now, the most popular game on the slate, so we know how this is going to end. It's going to end in excruciating pain when you got a lot of Pistons and a lot of Spurs as chalk. Garland, I expect him to play 1 through shoot around. No Mitchell. Jamal Murray also expected to play. I think that's his first back-to-back this year. Kawhi Leonard and Paul George both questionable. I mean, they played like 5 minutes yesterday, so I actually think they both play, but we'll see. I mean, that was just... What was that slate last night? Can we just talk about that really quick? What was that slate? What was that? Naz Reid, questionable. If he gets ruled out, I'll probably lose more money with Rudy Gobert, so that'll be fun. Nothing for Miami. Phoenix, same guy, still out. Atlanta, Capella still out. And for the Lakers, and Lakers are relatively shorthanded here. LeBron, Westbrook, both probable, but I mean, who's that fifth starter going to be? We know it's LeBron, we know it's Bryant, we know it's Schroeder, we know it's Pat Bev. I mean, it might be like Kendrick Nunn or like Max Christie. Apparently Sterling Brown also going to be available for the Lakers. He's not in the player pool. I would be pretty surprised if he plays, but he is technically available. So that's just where we're at right now news-wise. But yeah, guys, throw questions in the chat and try to answer them all. We'll be live for 30 minutes. So thanks again for checking out the stream as always. I definitely need to restart my computer after this. It's running pretty slow. So I'll probably do that after the stream finishes up. So apologize if things are running a little bit slow right now. But, oh, we just got some Miami news. Tyler Hero, questionable. Okay. I wonder if Lowry props probably got took down, but that would be one where like I would probably hop on some Lowry props. I would guess, though, that they are, yeah, they're already down. So that was my first thought was, okay, go hammer some Kyle Lowry props, but he is off the board already. All right, so let's do it, guys. Questions and yeah. All right, best spend up at guard. That's a good question because there are a good amount of good spend ups today. Probably Harden. I mean, Harden had a pretty bad game last game. You know, he needed overtime just to kind of hit value, but we know his usage does go up a lot when Joel Embiid is off the court. It's another pretty good match against Chicago. I mean, the game should stay competitive. He's probably your best bet as a spend-up guard, and I would think he does better than last game. Let's see. Is it smart to... What's up, guys? Is it smart to get off some of the LeVert ownership, seeing as Garland is going to play? Well, let's see. Where's LeVert at right now, ownership-wise? Last I saw, he wasn't like super popular, right? Let me refresh a couple things on my end. Yeah, computer's running slow, so hopefully the stream's still okay. I mean, I don't see LeVert super popular right now. I will say, like, if Garland plays, he's still a fine option. Like, you're going to get big minutes out of Karis LeVert. It's, you know, decent matchup as long as the game stays competitive. Like, you've seen 37, 39, 38 minutes from him over the last 3, so you're probably getting around 35, maybe a bit more. So, like, I have no issue with him. I don't I don't see him being like a really popular play right now, though. Yeah, man. Try to do live streams more often. Hold on, let me refresh my live stream. Make sure it's not. Is the stream laggy? Let me I think it's just my computer. Because I noticed when I hopped on that it was laggy. All right. Hopefully it improves. Let me know. Pat Connaughton birthday narrative. For Slate ever lost $400. Yeah, it was an awful slate last game. Awful. And did I unblock you, Sean? Or I gotta look into how to even do that. I saw your tweet. I was like, I don't even know how to do that. I'll have to look it up. Favorite pay up star today? Probably LeBron or Harden. And ownership kind of dictates that too. TB3 assists and 9 still taking the over. Probably not. Yeah, I think I would pass on it then. And we can see let's see if Chris Paul, and just nothing's gonna load for me right now. All right, we're just gonna close this. We're gonna close some tabs. Maybe that'll help. I was going to see what he was on sports books, but if Chris Paul got bumped to 9 at those sports books, I can't see right now. I can't check. Thoughts of Mitchell Robinson today. Toronto lacking size, should be a good spot if he stays out of foul trouble. He's always someone I like in tournaments, right? If he stays out of foul trouble, does have a ceiling. And yeah, so I mean, last game is the risk with Mitchell Robinson, 13 minutes, 10 fancy points. So, but this is also the ceiling. Like he can go for 40 plus when he plays well. So yeah, I mean, there's so many centers in the slate, so it's not like he like someone that stands out to me. If you want to play him though in tournaments, I think that's totally fine. Like the ceiling's there. He's not super popular. Thoughts on Maxey today? I want to see if he's still on some sort of limit. So he played 32 minutes in the last game, and then obviously we got the overtime. So if you get like 32 minutes again from Maxey, I think he's a bit pricey. If he's just fully off that limit, then he would be playable and a viable pivot off Harden. Feels like a tough slate for single entry. A lot of stuff going on. Yeah, I mean, ownership's relatively spread out. Audio fine. Need a more tilting cap. Pink isn't very tilt friendly. We'll try to get there. We'll try to get a more tilt friendly cap for next time. Point you good tutorial sports betting prize picks. I don't know one off the top of my head. Maybe someone in chat will. Yeah, I guess I just need to restart my computer. Because usually like it doesn't lag at all on the streams. Denny Advia or Murphy? That's a good question. There's positives with both, right? I think Denny's going to play a good amount. Trey Murphy obviously will get more shots up there with Zion and Brandon Ingram out. I think I'll lean Denny Advia. I think I lean Denny, but it's pretty close. Okay, yeah, maybe it unblocked. I don't know. Better now? Okay. Maybe because I had to close some tabs. I probably just had too many tabs open. Osman, good value, or should we look elsewhere for power forward? I do like Chetty Osman. So looking at like the Cleveland rotation, you're gonna get Garland and Jared Allen, Mobley, LeVert, and then probably Okoro starting or Lamar. Like one of these guys will start, but Chetty Osman's been playing a good amount off the bench. He should see probably around 30 minutes. And I think even if the game blows out, which I guess is possible, he could play a bit. And it's like he doesn't have a lot of risk, right? At 3.9K Chetty doesn't have a lot of risk. And I don't think he's picking up a ton of ownership right now either. So I do like him as a contrarian value play right now. Good. Okay. Fred VanVleet over 18.5. Let's take a look. My issue with Toronto, I just can't get Toronto right ever. Never, ever, ever. Hold on. Let me see. Let me see where he's projected across the industry. I mean, I see 18.5 and like 17.9, so stay away. Or I guess if I had to lean one, probably would be the under. But yeah, Toronto. I'd never get Toronto right. Never. They're just such a hard team. It's like that starting five. Like you're in a competitive game, you're going to get one of those guys at least having a really good game. You're probably going to have at least one letdown. I feel like I always just land on the letdown guy. Denny, man, Murphy hasn't been playing well. Yeah, I think it would be Denny. Why do you like the Wizards today? So without Bradley Beal, they're going to run a pretty tight rotation. Like I expect probably 8-man rotation, and then you got to factor in that like, okay, it's a good match against Oklahoma City. They really don't have any true bigs. So I mean, the two main guys, Porzingis and Kuzma, not picking up a ton of ownership. I think value in guys like Rui and Denny and Gafford all look pretty good. Monte Morris, fine too as well. Might get a slight minutes bump. He's splitting time right now. DeLon Wright. You didn't make the argument for Corey Kispert, I guess. I mean, not a fun play. Kind of like a Reggie Bullock. I played him last night. But yeah, I think you're just going to have pretty good minutes from these front court guys with Rui, with Gafford, with Denny. Covington on the Clippers. So depends on Paul George and Kawhi. I don't think I'm playing anyone on the Clippers if Paul George and Kawhi are in. If they're both out, then probably the first guys I would look to would be the 2 point guards and Marcus Morris. Covington would be in the rotation most likely in that scenario, but he would be like pretty far down the list of guys I would get to if those two are out. Paul or Westbrook? I'll say Paul right now. You trade over 43 fantasy points on PrizePicks. Okay, so let me see. I do like that game environment a lot. I will say that. He's at what, 43, right? It's a 43.5. Okay, so if I had to take one side, it would be the over here. Plus, what's the total in this game? 242 over under. Trae Young should play high 30s minutes. And yeah, projections right now at like 45, 46. So I think I would be fine taking the over there. The only downside of the fantasy score, obviously, is he's prone to turnovers. But yeah, I think I like the over there. Kuzma dropped a triple-double in Thunder. I like Kuzma and Porzingis not picking up a ton of ownership right now. I like most of the Wizards. Buddy Hield. All right, let's see. I think I'm fine taking the Buddy Hield over. I have him slightly over. Or the other ones, CJ over 25 points. CJ's one that, like, I don't know. He seems to let down a lot when, like, he has, like, the team to himself. I probably wouldn't take these CJ points. And then what was the last one? Randall, 21.5 PRA. Well, the positive with Julius Randle is he's probably going to play, like, the entire game, right? Like, you're probably getting Randall, I would say, around 40 to 42 minutes. Not necessarily the best matchup though, but yeah, I would take the over there as well. Porzingis points. Yeah, I like Porzingis. I like Porzingis overs too. He should be able to feast against the Thunder front court. Hate Luka. Can we I've been fading chalk Luka like this whole week, and he keeps going for 80. So I'm like, all right, I have to play him on a small slate, and he does, and like each time I fade him too, he plays the entire second half, and then he doesn't play the fourth quarter. And same thing with chalk Steven Adams. Like I faded Steven Adams couldn't have gotten foul trouble when I faded him at 65% the other night. No, it has to be when I buy in. So, full tilt. Bryant or Lopez? Thomas Bryant for me. Fred did drop 32 in New York last time. Just saying. Yeah, I mean he does have a ceiling. I'm always a little bit uneasy with Toronto guys. Last night it was up there. I would say it's definitely top 5 worst slate of the year. I've played a lot of Low and Siakam this year. Slowing under the radar, in my opinion. He's a fine play, too. I've got him wrong like every single time. Yeah, Lopez Bryce feels like there's just so many centers in that range that I just like the ceiling a bit more. Like Thomas Bryant, Okongwu, 2 guys that come to mind right away. But there's going to be others in that mid-range that Mitchell Robinson, someone mentioned. Obviously, he has a ceiling. Yeah, there's like Jalen Duren's a bit cheaper. Gobert, it pains me to say, but I like Gobert if Naz Reid's out. JV if Nance is out. I don't know. Lopez is kind of outperformed. What's he averaging? I saw he's at over the last 3 games, just an insane rebound rate. 19, 12, and 10. That's not going to continue. Brook Lopez averages 6 rebounds a game. So he's kind of had outlier rebounding performances over those games. Maybe that Toronto game, there's so many rebounds because no one could hit a shot. I don't know if you guys saw. The Raptors didn't score a point until 4 minutes to go in the first or something like that. Thoughts on Washington Jr. or Dario as... So I don't think Dwayne Washington, did he even play last game? I know Campaign's back, so... Yeah, he didn't play, or he played 2 minutes, so... I mean, if Sarge starts, you're probably getting around 20 minutes from him. I think there's going to be better value, so I don't think I would go to either. Any Spurs worth it? I mean, I like a good amount of the Spurs right now, which just doesn't feel good, but Eldon, Pirtle, Trey Jones, in my opinion, stand out as good plays in both formats. And then Josh Richardson's going to be a relatively popular value, especially after last game. Now, I don't think we can expect 9 of 14 shooting, but you should get 25 minutes from him shooting with small forward eligibility. So, yeah, there's a good amount of Spurs that look pretty good today. NBA first half, 11.5 Porzingis, early 12. Oh, there you go. Hey, it's all as I tweeted out. If you beat the bump, that's all that matters. Doesn't even matter if the play hits. We're all winners as long as we beat the bump. Kuzma or CJ? So I think CJ's more optimal. And if you're looking at ownership too, he's gonna be more popular. But Kuzma is someone that I have interest in, right? I think Kuzma's probably gonna play 35 to 40 minutes. So yeah, I like it. 25.5. I probably wouldn't touch that. The CJ points. Who do you expect the highest owned player to be tonight? Well, I mean that can probably will change. It's probably gonna be one of these Spurs or Pistons right now. But I don't know if that's gonna hold. We could get some better plays opening up. Right now, if you look at ownership, it's kind of spread out across the board. But yeah, I guess Keldon right now. I mean, he is the highest owned projected guy. DeRozan over points. What's his points prop at? $26.5. I mean, you're going to get huge minutes from DeMar DeRozan, right? Another positive. If I had to take one side, it would be the over, but I just have him slightly over. Harden's assist, right? Is it at 10? Here's the downside with Harden assists. You do have Maxey back, so Maxey will take some ball handling. And then I think Harden himself is just going to be trying to score a lot. So I actually took Harden over points. I took that last night. Made YouTube shorts, trying to branch out a bit, make some shorter form content. But I made that video last night, and I took the over points. So I think I would rather take the points as opposed to the assists, because I think without Embiid, I think Embiid being in actually helps Harden's assist. So I would rather actually take the points. Turner, 12.5 PRA. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, he's a guy that the campaign just got ruled out. Or did I miss that? Maybe I missed that. So Dwayne Washington will play backup. Well, knowing that, then now Dwayne Washington's probably going to go for like 25 fantasy points in like 12 minutes. Like whenever Chris Paul's not in the court, he'll play. But yeah, I must have missed the campaign news. Or it's just not updated. Or did I just, let's see. Yeah, I just missed it. Will not play. Well, then yeah, Dwayne Washington will most likely be in the rotation. Here's the thing, like he's going to play most likely whenever Chris Paul is not in the court. So if you get like 38 minutes from Chris Paul, you're only getting 10 minutes from Dwayne Washington. So we'll see what ownership comes in on Washington. But yeah, I missed that one. Any Clippers? Don't know yet, because it depends on Paul George and Kawhi. If they're both out, there's going to be some good value for the Clippers, in my opinion. If they're both in, there's probably nothing that stands out. Randall, Harden thoughts? Like Harden as a spend up, Randall should play a lot, and I think it's a decent play as well. You know, I don't love the price and matchup for Randall, but yeah, I think they're both decent options, especially Harden. Thoughts on the Suns' value? Might be low owned. I don't know what to do with the Suns. I talked about this last time in my video. I just don't know. I really don't. I think Landry Shamet at 4-5 would probably be your best bet. I mean, in competitive games, over the last two competitive games, 39, 36 minutes. He's got shooting guard, small forward eligibility. He's been playing more than Torrey Craig, whose minutes have kind of ticked down a bit. So I think Shamet would be probably my favorite Suns value. And you look to Milwaukee bigs versus the Hornets. I'm not a huge fan of it. You do have a little bit of blowout risk, and there's just so many bigs that I like on the slate that with Drew Holiday there, with Giannis there, they're just kind of secondary plays. Would I be surprised one of those guys has a good game? No, but they're not standouts to me. Kyrie for PRA. I'll say I like the Kyrie rebounds. If he's still set at 4. I was debating taking that one, but I already took Ben Simmons rebounds, so I actually think I like the Kyrie rebounds the best, as weird as that sounds. He's going to play a ton. 4 rebounds, projected for about 5, so decent value there. I think I would rather take the rebounds as opposed to the PRA. Muscala, yeah, so like he is someone that could be playable, right? They have like no centers, so they might start Kenrich Williams at the 5. They did that a couple games ago. They have Muscala. I mean, maybe Baisley plays some. They have a Morier. I think the only guy that would be playable for me probably would be the guy that starts, because I just don't trust this team whatsoever. Even if the guy who starts, like, you're not going to feel great about it. You're playing Kendrick Nunn because you enjoy Bane. The thing is, Kendrick Nunn might start. He might start. And if he does, he's going to be someone I have some interest in. I don't know who that 5th starter is going to be. Iron Randall over points, rebounds, assist. I'm fine with the Randall. Again, Kyrie, I good with it. I think actually my favorite Kyrie bet would be the rebounds. You mix and match all your prize picks you put on Patreon. I kind of just like randomly mix. I don't like do every single mix and match, but I'll kind of just like throw a few power plays in there. Usually 1, 5, or 6 pick flex if there's enough, if I have enough picks. So no real rhyme or reason to the method, but I don't like mix and match every single one. Would you prefer McCollum or Garland if he plays? That's a good question. Garland's been kind of disappointing recently when Mitchell's missed games, but like his usage does go up. He's only 8K. I don't think he'll be on a limit with that thumb. Decent match against Denver. I think I would still lean McCollum, but Garland, it would be pretty close. It would be a pretty close one. And let's see, is Garland picking up a lot of ownership right now? Okay, so I think they're still waiting for him to get confirmed. And he did go through shoot around, Darius Garland, so I expect him to play. Right now, I think it's McCollum, but if assuming Garland plays, I would be pretty close. Would you prefer, any interest in 76ers bigs with no Embiid? If they start Montrez, I would like him a lot. If he comes off the bench, I still think he's playable for sure, but he would be risky. And it sucks that Montrez is only center eligible. right? Because if he had that power forward eligibility, it would be a lot easier to get into your lineup just because there's so many good center plays. But yeah, so if he starts, I do like Montrez a good amount. If he comes out the bench, more so just a tournament play. I mean, Paul Reed didn't play last game. He could technically play this game. 5K. I withdrawed a lot a while ago. When was it? It was when like DraftKings kept getting like there was that like people kept getting their accounts hacked, and I had almost like 20K in my balance. I'm like, all right, I got to withdraw a lot of this, right? So, yeah. Do you do first half picks? Not really. I mean, I'll look at them if I'm doing a first half pick on PrizePicks, it's one where probably a team that's pretty heavily favored, where I'm worried about a blowout. So, like if I was going to take first half picks today, it probably would be with the Bucks, like with Giannis or the bigs. Yeah, mainly I do just the regular standard full game. How do you feel about Seth Curry? Depends on TJ Warren, but Seth Curry has been getting a bit more run of late. He's only 3.5. I mean, he's played his way into the rotation. My worry is he's scoring dependent and he can still really hurt you if he doesn't make his shots, but he's definitely playable for value. Detroit Spurs game looks good to stack for. Yeah, I mean, the downside is that's like the highest owned game right now. So like, you're not getting different by stacking that game, but I agree. Like everyone's pretty cheap. Should be a relatively tight rotation for Detroit. For the Spurs, you know, you'll still get like probably 9-10 guys playing, but yeah, the game looks pretty good. Top 3 value picks. So are we talking like contrarian value picks or just like top value overall? What about Gary Trent Jr.? Do I fall for the bait? He's my arch nemesis, man. He's my arch nemesis. You should not be asking me what to do with Gary Trent Jr. This guy, man. More so last year, but even some this year. I just boils my blood. I see that face in my nightmares, man. All right. So, yeah, he's for sure in play. He's got shooting guard, small forward eligibility. He's been playing a ton. Like, he should play 35, 40 minutes. Kind of comes down to whether or not he hits his shots, and I have no idea if he's going to. I wish my account looked at that. I'd probably see that amount of deposits. Either or. Let's see. So I haven't like worked on building out lineups too much. So I mentioned him. I like Chetty Osman. I'll say him. I like him as a contrarian value. Right now, he's not picking up a ton of ownership. And then, let's see. Any other contrarian values? Maybe a guy like Kenrich Williams, also not picking up a ton of ownership. He could possibly start. So I'll give you like those two. If you want more of like your quote-unquote optimal values, I think you want to be looking at those Washington guys we talked about, so like a lot of the front court. And then Josh Richardson picking up a lot of ownership as well. I'm fine with that at his price point. So Pirtle or Claxton? I'll lean Pirtle. Same game parlays? No. Saw you on Stochastic Contrarian video. Do any more of those? Yeah, hopefully, man. I like doing that on the contrary with Neil and Osimo. That was fun. I told him, I was like, hey, I'm happy to come on whenever. So hopefully. Gary Trent Jr., yes, that is correct. And it's mostly the 5 when I play. Who gets a bump if Grant gets rolled out? Well, I don't really know if any starters really get a significant bump. I mean, all the starters will just look like a little bit better. Dame, Hart, Nurk. And then, like, they could go to Watford in the starting lineup. They could go to Shaden Sharp or Keon Johnson, go a bit small. I really don't know who they're going to start. So I think whoever starts would probably be my favorite play in Portland for Grant. What's up, DK? Hope all is well, bro. Nice to see you on YouTube. Hey, Jay, appreciate that, man. Yeah, going good. Just trying to do more content, get more content out there. Experimenting with some shorts and TikToks, which I'm not super familiar with, but yeah, trying to do more live streams as well. Let's see if we have any more updated news. So we're at 4:00. I'll stay on for another, 4 or 5 minutes. You guys have any other questions? I think my stream was really laggy earlier because I just had so many tabs open. I'll try to remember that next time, not to have as many tabs. Hope to see you on Sarcastic More. You fit great with your insight. Thanks, man. Yeah, like I said, I really, really enjoyed doing the show. So if they ever need me again, I would happily go on. All right, what do we got? What do we got? You bet straight or just on prize picks? I'll bet some player props straight up. DraftKings, MGM, FanDuel. I need to make more sportsbook accounts. I need to kind of have like all the main ones. But yeah, I will do some player prop bets. Normally not really betting on games much. Need 6-pick man prize pick, please. Well, gave 3 in my YouTube video, 2 in my YouTube short videos. There's 5 right there. The only issue is the Chris Paul one already got bumped, but we took Chris Paul more than 8.5 assists. We took Tyler Hero more than 5 rebounds. We took Ben Simmons more than 5.5 rebounds. We took Harden more than 24.5 points. Mitch Robb more than 9.5 rebounds, praying he stays out of foul trouble. I'll give you one more. Right now, this one is probably my favorite play. I really, really like it. Emmanuel Quickly, more than 4.5 rebounds. He averages over 4 rebounds a game, and that was with playing like 25 minutes off the bench. Played 46 minutes last game, so he's going to have a lot of opportunities here. I'm expecting over 40 minutes from him, and if he averages, over 4 rebounds in 26 minutes, and he's playing like 40-plus minutes a game, I think there's a pretty good chance this hits over. It is, I think, minus 130 to go over on sportsbooks too, so there you go. There's a reward for everyone that watched the stream today. That's one of my favorite plays for today. Over picks, man. Keep the great work, Giannis or Jokic. Thanks, man. Giannis or Jokic? I'm going to say Giannis if you think the game stays competitive, but the only thing you have to worry about is that game could blow out. Quickly, now plays. Yeah, basically, right? That's why I like the Quickly one so much is minutes. What do you lean over, under, Brunson, 30.5? 30.5 points plus assists. I'll tell you. We'll take a look. And let's see. Again, he's probably playing 40 minutes, right? Actually, if I had to take one, it would be the under, but I probably would just stay away. From it. Collins or Hield. I like John Collins. I like the front court again for Atlanta, right? So people ask me what my favorite, contrarian play is last YouTube stream, and I said Sabonis plus the 2 Hawks front court guys. Well, Kongu got in foul trouble and busted, but John Collins went for 50. So I like John Collins again. As long as he stays out of foul trouble, that's the only concern. But yeah, I like Collins again. Do you like Simmons points or Simons points? Anthony Simons, right? Not Ben Simmons. So he's at 21, right? 21 and a half. 21 and a half. If Jeremy Grant gets ruled out, I think I'd feel a little bit better about that. Like I said, it's not really like a massive bump to anyone, but I think I would. Let's just see. Yeah, so right now he's like, I like looking at just projection sites and sports books. He's like projected at that mark. But I will say if Grant gets ruled out, I think I would take the over if I had to lean one way. Because like whoever gets inserted in the starting lineup is not going to be the same usage guy as Jeremy Grant. So, yeah. All right, anything else? Otherwise, we'll get out of here. Yeah, we had, let's see, over 120 concurrent viewers, it looks like. Appreciate it. Almost 130 concurrent viewers. And my stream was lagging for a bit too. Thanks for sticking with me. Got to make sure that doesn't happen again. All right, I don't see any other questions, so I'm gonna get out of here. Enjoy your Fridays. Enjoy your Friday, guys. Hopefully tonight goes much better than last night. I would just appreciate if it doesn't end in significant pain like last night. Hopefully these player props hit, and I'll see you guys back here in the next stream. Good luck.